Mystery 1. Why did Jesus tell stories and not just say it? People loved Jesus, flocking to him to listen to his teachings and perform miracles. When Jesus taught, he would often tell stories, but some of these stories had a hidden meaning. We call these special stories parables, and many people have found them confusing, even today. They try to understand exactly what Jesus meant and wonder why Jesus would teach in this way. Let's revisit the parables of Jesus, hear his voice, and look at the meaning behind one of these special stories. 1. Jesus told 37 parables that are recorded in the Gospels. There are 44 Gospel references to them because some parables are repeated in other Gospels. 2. A parable is a type of story that Jesus would tell people during his ministry. Sometimes he would tell these stories when he was asked a particular question or to illustrate a point in his teaching. A well-known example of a parable is the house on the rock and the house on the sand. When the storm came, the house on the sand was destroyed, but the house on the rock stood firm. 3. People had trouble understanding these parables and wondered what Jesus meant or why he told them. Matthew 13:10 tells us that even the disciples asked him, "Why do you speak in parables?" They wondered why he just didn't tell people things straight out. 4. Parables were hard for people to understand for a few reasons. Jesus was surrounded by lots of people. Some of them were faithful followers of him, but others were often angry with him or tried to prove him false or make him appear foolish. Jesus had to find a way to teach the faithful people while surrounded by the dissenters. Parables are stories, but they contain a hidden meaning to the faithful. To the others, the stories would just be a story. Only those that really wanted to follow Jesus would be able to understand them. The parables won't make immediate sense without the help of the Holy Spirit. Jesus tells his disciples in Matthew 13:11 that they would be able to understand all his parables eventually, but others wouldn't because they didn't seek after the Holy Spirit to gain understanding. 5. So what did the parable of the house on the sand and the house on the rock mean? The house on the rock is actually a symbol of a strong spiritual life. The house on the sand is a symbol of a neglected spiritual life. The storm is a symbol of life's troubles. The story was Jesus' way of encouraging people to build up spiritual strength and not to be spiritually lazy so they won't drown in life's troubles. 6. After learning what Jesus' parables mean, it's important for us to put Jesus' teachings into action. We can then build our house of rock with a strong foundation in like Jesus taught about.